Right, so it's just under 10 o'clock, and we actually have seen the likes of the Rustore rotate. The newest skins have appeared here in the accepted section, and unfortunately, we were very optimistic for the idea of potentially seeing Legacy Kevlar today, but it didn't happen, which is it's a little bit unfortunate, I guess you could say. But we have seen the likes of a continuation for the Desert Beast set, so tier 3 skins are very likely going to be going up in price, which just wanted to show off real quickly the quantities, the current prices right now. So face mask is currently sitting here at $1, and as we look over to the likes of the I think people have already bought it out. I think that's literally just happened right now. Wait, one quick, so if I go over to here, 47 quantity, 31. Yeah, I think people already made a move, so that's probably going to become a whole lot more expensive. Interesting. But what of our Legacy Kevlar skins? So I did discuss this with the chat just a little bit earlier. There is potentially a good reason why they weren't accepted today, and this isn't really that much of a cope, so just please understand this. Next week is Force Wipe. We would have reason to believe that we're going to see a lot of people playing for Force Wipe, like we'd normally do of every other month. So if I just scroll down to here, look at last year, January 2023, we had a peak player count of 176,000, and then February time, 167,000. Yes, that happened during the Force Wipe week. So I can't help but feel like Face Punch are probably well aware that, you know what, why don't we hold on to Legacy Kevlar and wait until next week, list them then, and when we have a lot of people playing the game, a lot of people will of course be seeing those skins, and probably go ahead and buy tons of them as well. So I'm not sitting here and saying I'm going to give up to the idea of potentially seeing Legacy Kevlar. I'm pretty sure if you wanted to make a lot of potential money, you'd want to release it next week rather than now. Because if I could just quickly show you, there's only 87,000 people playing at the moment. So in theory, if you want to make sure you get the absolute best optimal profit, you want to release for a Force Wipe, wouldn't you? So we shall see. Cope, shut up. Hey, it makes logical sense. Now, the fact that we didn't see the Legacy Kevlar vest and coffee can helmet immediately, that's fine. You know, we don't normally see early picks in such abundance, I guess you could say. And then again, wait, hang on a minute. Go back over to here. How many of these were early picks? Oh, no. Early pick. I think these are typical picks. All right, so it's half early. All right, we'll find that out properly in a bit. What we'll do is we'll wait a fair bit. So we're going to skip ahead now. We're going to wait maybe an hour or so. Then we'll just start discussing all of the skins. But if you're still worried about Legacy Kevlar, honestly, next week will very likely be the best outcome for it in terms of, you know, doing some good sales. And I still hold out for the possibility that we get all 4 pieces eventually. We'll find out. So let's skip ahead now. Right, so we're back. Hello, how you doing? So it's been an hour, and we're going to go ahead right now and figure out which of these skins are abnormal. So last week, every single skin was abnormal, which was fun, but this week I feel like we're back to normal. So we have 9 skins this week, and what do we see? We have an AK that is not abnormal, the cyber chest, and the face mask. Yep, both of them are abnormal. The Desert Beast hoodie is not abnormal. The Desert Beast pants are also not abnormal. We have the likes of the First Contact garage door. That is also abnormal. Then we have the likes of Polished Obsidian. Then we have the likes of, Skullforce SAR not being abnormal. And the SMGnana is not abnormal. So just to confirm, with this current week, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4 abnormals. 4 abnormals out of 9. So that's fine. Nothing too bad about that. That's a-okay. Now, I do want to discuss this real quickly in regards to Legacy Kevlar, because I know a lot of people are going to be talking about it. I did talk about it a little bit earlier, but I want to verify a point. So, in regards to Legacy Kevlar, there is a notable, interesting detail that might potentially force the idea of it potentially being accepted next week. So I've already mentioned the likes of Force Wipe next week. We're going to have a lot more people playing the game by then. And, you know, take a look at this right now. We've just lost 10,000. Well, I mean, it's later now. But anyway, point I'm trying to get across is loads of people are expected to play next week. We are aware of that. More people playing the game. More people see the skins in Rustore. Cool. But there is an interesting detail for the week after that. The week after that will be Lunar New Year week. So if there were to be any Legacy Kevlar skins to be accepted, it would have to be next week, because the week after that, it has to be themed around Lunar New Year and Valentines. That's going to be a funny thing, because Lunar New Year is the 10th of Saturday, the 10th of February on a Saturday, sorry. But then on the 14th, we have Valentines. So I'm not sure if we're going to have Valentines on the 15th for us store. It would be a bit awkward because it would be the day after. But what has happened before is that Face Punch did, for the first half of the week, Lunar New Year skins were accepted, and then about 3 or 4 days in, when it was Valentine's, then they added Valentine skins over the course of the weekend. So it'll be a weird hybrid Rust store. But the point I'm trying to get across is you will not be expecting to see any Legacy Kevlar skins on that Rust store. So if we don't see them on next week's Rust store, then that's probably an appropriate time to expect, you know what, maybe we're not going to see any more Legacy Kevlar from here and now. That very likely will be an outcome. So if it's not next week, I don't know what else to say. So do you understand it now? It has to be next week because we have a holiday literally the week after that. So I'm sure you get that in your head now. I'm sure you understand. Right, so with the likes of the Rust store rotating, we didn't actually have any regular skins today because, as I said, all the skins last night were abnormal, so we actually could go take a quick look at all of them. Thunder Gold Road Sign Kilt, we had a lot to talk about that, didn't we? Well, in the end, how many total sales did we end up with? It's expected that this has nicely wedged itself between the likes of Tier 3 armor. So what do you mean? I'm talking about subscriber count. So if I go to here, high subscribers, there you go. That seems perfectly fine and healthy. And these two, well, they sold a few thousand less. Ooh. Did you go for an sneaky extra batch of buys on this? I did. But I did, help myself to quite a significant amount of these kilts. So, what's the likely outcome next to the likes of this? Well, I'm pretty sure we might be seeing a hoodie and pants at some point in the near future. We'll have to wait and see. So, let's keep our eyes open and constantly keep an eye on the likes of the workshop. So, Thunder Gold sold very reasonably. Not insanely, reasonably. Over to here, in the current position that it's in, yes, you might notice there's quite a few listings all the way up to about $4 and beyond. I'll be honest with you, if we start noticing the likes of the continuation appearing on the workshop anytime soon, there will be anticipation purchases. This very likely will go up in price a fair bit. And, don't forget about the likes of the vest and the coffee can as well. So, yeah, it's nicely spread out at the moment, but the only listings we see right now are the people who bought them literally last week. As time goes on, with every new day, we will see more listings appear. That is to be expected. It's to be expected. So yeah, that seems okay at the moment. With the likes of Red Armoured Container Door, I did something different that I haven't done in quite a long time last night. I actually sat there and said, you know what, I just don't really want to go ahead and do a buy order on it. And I feel like that's going to be my approach for some of these skins this, for the rest of this year. I have so many skins that I bought for super cheap, which I just can't really sell. And I looked at this Armored Door and I thought, I don't think it's going to really go anywhere. Is it really worth the effort of picking up for super cheap? And it, at some point in the future will become super cheap regardless. And is it going to even work out to any decent profit? And I was looking at it and I thought, I don't want to bother. I don't want to bother. I don't want to sound mean, but I don't know where that's going to go. I do not know where people are going to want to use that Armored Door because it doesn't blend in nicely with the shipping container skin, the red coloured one, with the sheet metal container building skin. Head don't work properly. So, yeah, I just didn't want to pick up any, so I just left it. Now, the current state of this, yes, it's currently listed at $1.68, very nice, but of course, over the course of the next few days, we will be seeing more of these being listed, and I don't think it's going to retain its value, and I don't think that's going to hold up very nicely. As you can see right there, the bulk of the build is only going up to about 65 cents, so awkward. Then with the likes of Chameleon Set, this was a $2 skin. Plenty of bilders all the way up there, very nice. Listings they're only at $3.48 at the moment. That looks cool. Will there be more? Yes, of course. So people notice that this is apparently already increased by 50%. There will be more listings. So whilst it appears to be that price at the moment, are they actually getting bought? We don't know. But that seems to be pretty healthy. Bilders mainly go all the way up to about $1.50. At its worst, it'll probably go down to about $1.50, I'm sure, but I feel like that's in a very nice, comfortable position. So let's just quickly hop back over to here. Chameleon Sap did about 12,000, 13,000 sales. That's fine. That's not ridiculous. I feel like that'll be doing reasonably okay as time goes on, and keep an eye out for Chameleon Collection, all right? I'm pretty sure we're going to see some very, very interesting things very, very soon. What does that imply? Well, you've got to keep an eye on the workshop, all right? Then with the likes of the Redemption Revolver, again, this just did not sell that much. all the better for us, the investors, because, well, all the better for it to rise up in price. This did about just over 11,000 bare minimum sales. 11,000 individual people have bought this skin. But as I said, I just can't help but feel like that's just a little bit too low. I bought a bunch. I bought 101 because someone also asked me to buy one. So yeah, I bought 100. I feel like I'm still going to manage to pick up a bunch of these with my buy order as well. So I just thought, you know what? Instead of buying 200, let's just stick with the buy order. So I'm about here. Will this go below its Rust price anytime soon? April's just around the corner. Please do not forget, we do have the CS2 major taking place in just about 6 weeks' time. So I kind of thought about it and I thought, you know what, okay, I do want to buy some because I do feel like at some point, eventually, this will become very, very strong. And I should also point this out. You might sit there and say, but Hedge, there's already 159 of these listed on the Steam market. Yeah, over 150 of them are listed over $5. So please be aware of stuff like that. All right, don't be tricked. And then we had the likes of the Cursed Boonie Hat, and yeah, I wasn't super enthusiastic to go attack this crazily. I did a reasonable buy order, but only one, and I thought, you know what? I kind of don't really want to go ahead anymore. I'm fine with just to pick up a few of them for maybe about 60 cents. Will this go down in price potentially? I don't know. I don't think so. If we keep seeing more primitive skins, all the better for it, and I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some more primitive skins. Oh yes, keep an eye out for that. So that right there seems okay. I just don't imagine it's going to change the world. Curse Collection, if it improves, all the better for it. So, you know, continuations would be nice for it. Then with the likes of the Plague Sheep Metal Door, this was one of the skins where I looked at it and I thought, you know what, I just don't really want to go near it. Sheep Metal Doors last year were the bane of my existence. Yes, it seems to be doing okay in terms of going up to about $1, but this was a $2 skin. Yeah, that's awkward. Did it sell that much? Let's go remind ourselves. As I scroll down over to here, you can see we have about almost 10,000 sales. I'm pretty sure there's over 10,000 of these in circulation. That's not incredibly low. That's fairly okay. So that by no means is rare. I'm pretty sure it's going to be probably ending up quite cheap at some point, much like the many other sheep metal doors that came out during the likes of 2023 last year. Then we had the El Diablo AR. Now, last night, I just looked at it and I thought, I can't help but feel like that's just not going to retain its value, and that very likely will struggle at some point. So I just sat there and said, you know what, I'm just going to do 70 cents, 90 cents. And you know what, I only did one buy order, and it was about 80, 90 cents. Now, with what we currently see here, yes, they are only listed at $3.80. Give it some time. Keep an eye out for all the new AKs that will be accepted after this, because there's going to be plenty more. Oh, yes, there is. And I don't think this is going to really stand out enough. I feel like it's going to potentially get lost in the shuffle. Yes, a few more listings, a few more buy orders have appeared since last night, but again, I just don't think it's going to retain. You could honestly just put down like a $1.30 buy order. I wouldn't be surprised if you pick this up for that price. So if you like it, by all means, you can do a decent buy order, because, yeah, I don't think those prices are going to hold, and it will go down. And then lastly, the Gold Ore Furnace. So this is a funny old one. Now, again, I'm so burnt out with furnaces, pun, but main point is none of the furnaces last year really did well. Only 2 of them really stood out. And I looked at that and I just thought, yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think it really stands out super insanely. And you might sit and say, but Hedge, but it's made out of gold. It's still fairly normal. But as you can see, the only listings at the moment, they're above $11. Now, are these people all working with each other? Is this already get manipulated? I don't think so, because it hasn't even had a sale. So judging by what I see here, I think it's just a random bunch of people. And I do believe they're just trying to see if any of them potentially could sell this for a high price. They're not listing theirs below $10 just because they can. But there will be more being able to be listed soon. So every day when midnight strikes in the UK, more people will be able to list theirs. Take a look at it in a few days' time. If it's down to $1 or even less, I wouldn't be surprised. All right. So we could take a look at that again, you know, maybe in a week's time and see if it's still like that. But this was the lowest selling skin of the week. And I've made a big fuss about this recently. During early last year, all of the skins that sold the least, or the vast majority of them that sold the least, ended up being manipulated and selling for an absurd price down the line at some point. So keep an eye on that, because it only did 6,400 sales. It might be attacked, you never know. Based on the position it's already in with those weird listings, it might end up becoming just exactly like that. But so we will see what happens next. And yeah, that's basically it. So that was the Rust Ore from the previous week. We will now proceed to talk about all the newest skins. Let's sort that out now. So first of all, I am just going to sit here and say straight up right now, I don't see much in this week. Now, I'm not too surprised that it was a bit, I guess, tame, I guess. So, as I said, next week is the prime position for some good listings, some good acceptances. Next week is Force Wipe. More people will be playing. But this right now, I mean, as I showed you, there's a lot less people playing at the moment. The monthly cycle is at its end, and it's about to refresh next week with the Force Wipe. So, yeah, this is usually where Face Punch tends to be a little bit experimental. This is where they allow some... This is where they accept some skins from people who've never had their skin accepted before. For example, we have Mr. Sad Happy here. Congratulations to you, sir. First ever acceptance. That trend has continued. So this is something we normally always keep an eye out for. The last roster of the month tends to have skin creators getting their first ever skins being accepted. So that's cool. Who's this over here? That is, oh, sure, Mick, you've had a few, haven't you? So, looking at the people who have had acceptances, these are people that some of them I don't regularly see that much. So, I'm noticing a lot of newer people getting acceptances, and potentially next week, it's going to be some very interesting fat skins. Again, is that cope? We'll find out. But if we notice that certain skins weren't accepted next week, we can probably put our hands up and say, all right, that's fine. It looks like we're not going to be getting any more of that from now on. That would be the definitive answer. Okay, so with this roster, I'm going to try my best to see if anything here is going to be working out very nicely in terms of being a wonderful investment. But I honestly don't think we're going to see many skins doing over 20,000 sales this week. I don't think we're going to see any of them doing any, 20,000 sales. Right, well, regardless, we'll try our best. So, Polished Obsidian. This is weird. All right, this is weird. This was a continuation of the AK that Nolfut and Jimmy Tedeschi made 3 weeks ago. Okay, I've noticed what potentially caused this problem. So, Nolfut was the one who was in the main creator when they listed this. But as you can see, yeah, these other skins here, this was supposed to be part of that collection of them. But I believe Jimmy was the one who was in charge of the AK. I think. Yes, he was, yes. So I guess Face Punch didn't realise and thought they were different skins, and now they've treated them as such. Well, that turned out a little bit awkward. So yes, these were technically, or should be, connected to each other. That was supposed to be the Blackstone Rock. But nope, didn't happen. It's now the Polished Obsidian, which is technically not correct. So let me just quickly remind you. Do you remember the AK, the very first AK of the year? That was what it's supposed to be connected to. But they switched around, and well, Nolfut's the one who's technically in charge now, and they must have thought it was completely different. So, yep, awkward, silly, oh well. So anyway, let's go take a real quick look at this. Now, in terms of the appeal to it, I mean, it's a black rock. Yep. What can I say? It's a black rock. It's just a black rock. I'm not hating. I'm just saying. What else can I say? Oh, it's quite shiny. Ooh, but that's it. Yeah. I don't know. You know, last year we had all the pet animal rocks, which was cute. It was funny. It was nice. I guess it's probably okay to leave them behind now and go back to normal creative rocks. But that's just a black shiny rock. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say. There's not much to point out. Okay, you like shiny rocks, do you, Dashingly Handsome? Cool. You can build up your own rock collection now. But I don't think that's going to be retaining its value. $2? I mean, fair enough. Look, listen. To people like you, Mr. Dashingly Handsome Mop, if you happen to like what you see, by all means, buy it, use it, support the skin creators, keep them motivated, keep wanting to put out very nice creative designs in the future. But I just can't see the vast majority of people looking at that rock and saying, I need that. Or I want that, or I crave that. Now, yeah, it's nice and shiny, and, you know, congratulations to newer skin creators getting their acceptances. Props to them, you know, good job, guys, well done. I just don't imagine the vast majority of people will respectfully look at that and say, yes, I crave it. And I don't think it's going to retain that $2 price. Yes, Blackout Rock, don't you start. Shut up. Oh yes, I'm going to need to use this with my blackout collection so I can be super camouflaged at night. Nobody would ever be able to see me. You're running around with a rock. I don't think people want to go near you. Anyway, cool. Will it retain its value? Probably not. No. I might be wrong. Maybe it doesn't sell that much. Maybe that might work out all right. But again, let's go take a look at all the rocks. I actually want to just kind of find out what's the most expensive ones. Oh, yeah, they see like frozen turkey and shard of ice and whatnot. But what is the most expensive one? The answer is it's gold rock. Oh, yeah. Okay, then 2016. Sounds about right. All right, yeah. I think this was manipulated all the way to the top. I know the story about that one. Spoon Kid, within the very first minute of a video, he just randomly said, I'm going to go buy a new rock, and he pretty much used that throughout a whole video, and then suddenly everyone who watched it then bought the rock as well. And I'm pretty sure he knew that was going to happen. But anyway, you can distinctly see that very point where it happens, and it's over. It was what? Like yeah, right there. Video comes up. Yep. So basically it doubled in price. Well, the power of influence, people. The power of influence. So anyway, look at all these rocks. Very distinct, colourful, creative, very interesting to the eyes. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Black rock. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I just can't see it really working out very well. That's my opinion, okay? Maybe I'm wrong. I'll find out if I'm wrong, but I don't think I'll be approaching that. So, cool. Shall we move on? Let's go say hello to Sad Happy's first ever skin to be accepted ever. Congratulations, Sad Happy, once again. Did you work with anybody? No? Okay, cool. So, here we have a very nice, straightforward neon design. And you know what? This actually tends to do quite all right. Chat, do you believe? That's got to be referencing that. UFO. But you've seen this before, haven't you? I think it was, what was it in like X-Files or something? I want to believe. Yes. So, in short, I feel like that actually might do okay. All right? Might do okay. People do appreciate a straightforward, nice-looking neon design. And hey, you can, pair this up with the UFO tier 3 armor. You could pretend to be aliens. The role players might like it, maybe. But I don't know. Like, we have to also acknowledge that we're very likely to be seeing a whole lot more garage doors being accepted this year. So if I were to go over to here and see this, and what do we see? Last year and the year before, we had 28 garage doors given to us. 28. Scroll. 28. So this is a bit of a problem. Whilst it might look very nice and very cool at the moment, what's the likelihood that we're probably going to see another straightforward, cool-looking neon design garage door? I would sit here and say quite likely. I mean, it wasn't too long ago when we had the Winter Spirit garage door. And yes, that was a Christmas-themed skin. Understood. Cool. But that's now down by 60%. Oh, dear. And even Neon Vibes. We looked at this a little bit earlier, chat, didn't we? And that's now starting to go down in price, which is unfortunate. So let me just put it this way. We're very likely to be getting a whole bunch of Twitch drops. We're very likely to be seeing even more garage doors overall. So I do kind of worry for it. But in terms of, the appeal, does it look nice and whatnot? I can see that. I can see a lot of people genuinely liking this. Very straightforward, nothing wrong with it. I feel like it might do a decent job in retaining some of its value, but I could still imagine it's going to probably go below its retail price at some point eventually, all right? I'm being brutally honest, I can see that happening. All the garage doors from the previous years at one point were in the negative, I believe. I think there's like 2 of them that still managed to stay above, but yeah, if we're expecting at least 20 plus this year, you should probably lean to the idea of this will be going down in price. But by all means, if you happen to like it, what do? Go ahead and buy it. Support the skin creator. It's his first ever skin to be accepted. So, he's probably very ecstatic right about now. And keep him motivated to keep wanting to put out very nice, cool looking designs in the future. It's as simple as that. So, yeah. Personally, I'd probably just stick... financially speaking, we'll probably just stick with doing buy orders. But, yeah. We'll see how it looks Wednesday, and we'll figure out what happens from then. Sounds good? All right, let's move on. It's not a carrot garage door. I know, Twask. I know. But hey, maybe Face Punch prefer aliens instead of cats. Yeah, probably. All right, Cyber Mask and Cyber Chest. Now, I'll be honest with you, I actually thought this potentially might have some problems based on, well, it's not too hard to notice what it's referencing. If you don't know, Cybertruck. I thought that was going to have some potential issues. Apparently not, so I guess. But I have a problem with this. And I don't want to sound mean to Lecram. For what it is, it's perfectly fine. It's just the timing of it. So what's Hedge about to ramble about now? We very recently just finished the likes of our Hardsuit collection, which is all metallic, silvery metallic and whatnot. All right, cool, understood, cool. We recently just had Damascus as well. And now we have this. And what is it? It's all silvery metallic. It doesn't stand out very well. Now, I also want to show you this. How is the Damascus set currently looking like? How is the Hardsuit collection looking like? So that's there, and then we have the likes of... Well, you also have high quality metal. That was another one, down 62%. Down 35%. How's Hardsuit doing? Down 35%. Do you understand the potential problem we have right here in front of us? Yeah, I don't think people like these metallic designs. It's basically what I can see. So, awkward? Yes, very awkward. I'm instantly looking at that and thinking, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. And you might sit there and say, but it's selling for $2. Even then. Ooh. So, by default, what can we expect from now on? I mean, maybe some hoodie and pants, maybe some tier 2. I wouldn't rule it out. But I wouldn't also rule out the possibility that this also potentially might be the only skins accepted in this set. That has happened multiple times. Do you remember things like corrugated steel and whatnot? You know, that was just a tier 3 armor. Nothing came out afterwards. There was submissions for continuations, but they weren't accepted. I don't know what's going to be the likelihood with the likes of this, but... I would have probably picked something else, preferably, because it doesn't stand out, and we've literally just had a full metal, like, appearance set. Damascus is what I'm applying. I don't know. Maybe they like Elon Musk. Anyway, yeah, I'm probably just going to stick with Unabada on that one. Yeah. Bad News AR. I like this design. I thought it looked cool. I'm remembering the Bad News Satchel. Oh, yeah, that's it. Bad News Satchel. Bad News. And yeah, there we are. So it's come on. Come on! Now, it's not a continuation of this. This is made by someone completely different, but it kind of like reminds me of like the newspaper all wrapped up and whatnot. What this is actually is it appears to be like dated pictures. Do you remember when like old pictures used to have to go in that weird ink thing and they had to hang them and whatnot? It kind of reminds me of that. I like the design of it. It looks cool, but it's another AK-47. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm so sorry, PYH. You know what I was going to say. You knew. But basically, it's the very beginning of this year. All right? It's the very beginning of this year. How many AKs have we had already? Just to get the point across. We've already had 4. All right? This is the full thrust store. Yes, one of them was a charity skin. Cool, I know, I understand. But Faxfell, I've already answered that. I'm expecting it will. I will talk more about that when I'm done recording. I'm recording a video at the moment. Yeah, there's going to be a whole lot more AKs, and I can't help but believe we're going to be seeing so many more, much like what was last year. 44 AKs were accepted in 2023. I do worry if it's going to even manage to retain its value. So many AKs end up being around $1. But by all means, if you like this aesthetic, if you like the design that they've worked on here, hey, you never know. They probably will want to go ahead now and make a whole collection of them. And if you like this, and you probably want to see something like a rug, or some sort of deplorables as well, you know, that could be a cool idea. Hop in, comment, offer some suggestions, because now's the opportune time to do so, because I'm pretty sure Mr. PYH is probably questioning what he wants to do next. He also makes bananas. We'll be talking about that in a second, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it would be appreciated to a point, but I know what people are like. It's not about some of us, it's about everyone else, other people, and other people aren't loyal to their AKs. They will unload that very quickly when another one appears. I'm talking about behavioural problems with people. So overall, with the likes of that, again, it's going to probably be a bardo from me. I might not buy anything from this week, to be honest. It's so awkward. Alright, let's move on. Okay. Out of all the skins this week, I'm actually most optimistic for the likes of these 2 skins, because they are a continuation of the Desert Beast collection. Congratulations to the likes of Mr. 1on-J and his good friend 34633. Did I get that correct? Did I actually remember his name properly? I did! Wow, I say it so much I remembered. Okay, cool. So, Desert Beast has continued. We have Hoodie and Pants, a new core piece, and guess what happened? Both of these spiked demand, spiked in price, and we can see that over to here, yes. So, what did we have? 47 quantity there and 31 quantity there, and what's it now? It's 32 and 34. And the prices are doing a whole lot better. Oh, yes, indeed. So this is now $1.52, and this is now $1.64. It was better than what they were. They've effectively doubled in price. If I were to refresh both of these and look at their timeline. No, it's dead. Okay, there we go. So scroll down. Yep, look at that. Spike demand, spike price, the reactionary nature of the Rust economy. So it was down pretty bad here, and then doubles. Yep. Cool. Now we are going to anticipate. Sorry, there's a bit loud there. Sorry, your poor ears. We are anticipating tier 2. Can I please point out, last year so many collections were trying to go for their tier 2 armor, and none of them got accepted. So, unfortunately, I am a bit worried, but I'm still reasonably optimistic, and you should too. Now, there's another thing that I want to talk about this, and it's pure speculation, okay? There's some interesting detail that I want to bring up to you. So if you read the last blog post that Facepunch put out, they talked about some things they want to do going forward, in 2024. We know that we're getting a new biome, all right? That's been like mentioned and rumbled and murmured in the background for quite some time now. Now, apparently it's going to be some sort of volcanic sort of like environment. So there'll be a volcano. Is it going to be an island? Is it going to be connected to the main island of Rust? We don't know fully yet. But if it was to be volcanic, wouldn't the whole environment be like volcanic rock and whatnot? Wouldn't it be like dark brown? So what do I mean? I'm under the impression that I don't think this is that good in, the desert. It's probably not too hard to notice. If we quickly go to the workshop, you can kind of see it for yourself. I can understand what the original intention was, but it kind of is a little bit too standout. Again, maybe in the shade and whatnot, it's going to be right. But with this proposed new biome, if it is like all dark brown and whatnot, you might potentially have a new camouflage set right there. Now, again, pure speculation, okay? We don't know fully. And we can't, verify that until we actually see the first images. So constantly to watch the likes of Mr. Shadowfrax if you can. But, yeah, you never know what might potentially come out this year. Now, next week, the February Force Wipe is a fairly tame update again. We're getting backpacks, which might be interesting. That might change things about with the likes of how we play Rust. Maybe. You also got a metal detector and whatnot. But I don't expect that much craziness next month. But at some point, we are going to have a big fat update. All right? There will be a big fat update. There is going to be monuments being revamped and redone. That's currently being worked on. You've got to keep an eye on these. You have to keep an eye on these commits, all right? Always keep an eye out. We know we're getting a special Dragon launcher for Lunar New Year. That's going to be probably showcased off soon. Someone's going to have a video of it. But looking at all the other things, it's been fairly tame. Now, we don't know if they're working on something a lot more secretly, okay? But in terms of the new proposed biome, all right, if it ends up being dark brown everywhere, you're looking at something that might potentially get bought out pretty quickly. Maybe not really quickly, but there would have to be a big fuss about it. YouTube videos and TikToks and whatnot would have to be made to kind of like point that out. But overall, if that's something that is to the interest of you, you might want to consider what you want to do next. Now, if you are wondering what could happen next, tier 2, as we said, last year, as I was going on about, there was many collections hoping to get tier 2, but it just never happened. I hope this doesn't happen to this, but I will give Mr. Y9J some props. He's been very successful with his acceptances ever since last year, pretty much. He had a lot. I remember when he got his first ever skin accepted. We gave him props. It was very nice. Then the next year, whoa! Pirate Collection, Desert Beast, random other skins such as Stormbow. Very nice, very cool. And he's keeping up the momentum. You're doing good, Y9J, Mr. 6433. Damn it. Anyway, with what we see here, it is definitely in a reasonable position where if we do see the next piece potentially appearing, we very likely will be seeing this spike in demand, spike in price as well. This appeared, we saw this and this go up in price. Same thing will happen to the hoodie and pants if we get tier 2. If we get tier 2. Okay, if. But that's all I can really say. I know. There's not much else that can be said. It's a tame week for sure. Skullforce SAR. Let's go take a look at this. So, Mr. Sean Mick, you've recently, over the course, well, you got one a year. Yay! Better than nothing, I guess. But, yes, you got a brand new skin. Congratulations. And let's go take a real quick look at this. Because you got some pretty interesting looking designs on the side here. Yes, the skulls, the smoke. That looks pretty cool. Aim down the sight, please. What do we have? Where's the aim sight? Aim down the sight. Aim down the sight. There we go. Perfect. Right, it is that gold? It's fine. That should be good for pretty much every single environment. Got a little heart. It looks nice, but does it stand out enough? Is this appealing to everybody? All right, now I have to question everything. Because last year, a lot of the SARs didn't do super great, especially during the year. What do you mean, Hedge? Go take a look. Oh my gosh. Oh no. They're all down bad. Yeah, oh damn. Every single one here is in the negative. That's not good. So I do worry, I do. And we just had Hedge SAR, that was given away for free, and there's going to be a lot more Twitch drops at some point in the future, that's expected. We've already had tons of AKs. People who have had Twitch drops before, who are very likely to get them again, are probably going to look for other weapons they can get. Crowley not too long ago, with a very awesome aim sight. I can't help but feel like that's probably going to suffer because of things like that. Being realistic, I worry, okay? By all means, if you happen to like it, buy it, use it, support the skin creator, keep them motivated, keep wanting to put out very nice, cool designs in the future. And hey, you never know, this might be turning into a nice new weapon collection of sorts. We shall see. But I'm not super optimistic with the likes of SAR skins. So, yeah, sorry. There's not much else to say. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Then we have the banana collection. We love bananas, don't we? Yeah! Oh. God. Okay. I don't know what they could do to flip this around. Face Punch loves bananas, because they keep accepting them. So it's nice to see that at the very least. And I know for sure they could definitely make a whole bunch of version 2s. Because if you were to go take a look at the likes of the workshop, they've made plenty of skins. They could just constantly pump out banana after banana after banana after banana after banana. Banana. I can't do it fast. Anyway. Main problem with this, though, is it's a custom SMG. And we just had one very recently. Chameleon one. Now, Chameleon, I know for sure, is definitely holding up a lot better compared to the banana collection. Let's go take a quick look at the likes of that. So, how is the Chameleon collection custom SMG looking like? It's down 45%. Yeah. So, awkward instantly. Yeah, remember, we're looking at this with the financial perspective. We're considering if we want to buy like tens, hundreds, thousands, well, maybe 10 extra. I'm just being silly. But yeah, when you look at like the Chameleon collection, while some of them are down pretty bad, they're not down that badly, okay? This held up very nicely throughout all of last year. Now, that's not doing good at all. It's mainly down to the actual weapon itself, the gun demand. If people aren't actively wanting to use the weapon itself that much, where's the justification of wanting to use skins on it? This is a very well-liked collection, and even that's struggling. And when you take a look at all of them, custom SMGs, how many of them are even in the positive? Only that one, that's Blackout. That one, Phantom SMG, okay. And then we go to the older skins, and because they're so old, they're kind of rare, and, you know, Polymer SMG with the glow-in-the-dark aim sight. So, Alien Relic, yeah. So, only the really old ones and certain, a couple of them to the side and whatnot are in the positive. And we just saw the banana skins, didn't we? So, yeah. Once again, I will sit here and say congratulations to Debski and PYH. Again, PYH, 2 skins in the same week. Congratulations, sir. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. I don't imagine this is going to retain its value, so it will be a buy order. But once again, congratulations to you too as well. So this week, overall, yeah, it was a week. Yes, it was. Okay, so that's it. That's it. Yeah. I don't think these skins are going to sell that much this week. But with the likes of Desert Beast, Hoodie and Pairs, that would be probably helpful for that. And you never know. You never know what might happen with this. But overall, yeah. Next week. So, Mr. Faxfell, you just came in about a few minutes ago, and you asked what's going on with Legacy Kevlar. I've already said this, and I'll say it again real quickly. Next week, we are expecting a lot more people playing the game, and I feel like Face Punch will probably be putting out some very nice, enthusiastic, cool-looking skins. I would sit there and say Legacy Kevlar will definitely kind of probably position itself as potentially one of those skins. And what we also have to be aware of, and I'll reiterate it once more, we are probably going to have some sort of weird hybrid Rust store on the 8th of February, and I can show you my example from 2021. Yes, back in 2021, we had a bit of a funny old time. What's that? Because on the 11th of February, we had Lunar New Year, and here's all the Lunar New Year skins. But then 2 days later, what happened? Over the course of the weekend, Face Punch then added even more skins. What do you mean? Well, as you can see here, on the 13th of February, wha-bam, we just saw an extra batch of Valentine skins. I can't help but feel like we're going to see the exact same thing happen all over again. We are probably going to have the first week being Lunar New Year and the second week being Valentine's, which reiterates my point. If we don't see some Legacy Kevlar skins next week, I think that's probably where we put our hands up and say, all right, it's probably not happening then. Because next week, in theory, would be the absolute perfect time for a Legacy skin to appear. We know they sell very well. That's not too hard to comprehend. We saw pretty much every single one of them sell absurdly. So that would be expected that it would make quite a lot of, generate a lot of money. Yeah, sure. Face Punch likes that. I'm sure everybody likes that. That's the reason why I'm watching this video. But if we don't see them next week, I feel like that's probably its point, which is probably at its end. Maybe. Technically speaking, Legacy Kevlar, these bits here, the coffee can and the vest, it will probably still be available to be picked in the 15th of February Rust store. Yes, it would, because when a holiday appears, effectively all skins kind of like void for a week. You know how I've said that every single new skin has about 3 weeks in which it could be picked from? Well, if there's a big holiday, it kind of rolls over after the holiday, if that makes sense to you. So, yeah, we shall see, but as I said, we know it would sell well. It's a matter of if, okay? It's a matter of if. Face Punch decides, and we can't figure them out. We can't figure them out. Stop asking me as well to tell them. I don't speak to them. They don't speak to me. I mean, how can I establish anything? Anyway, so it is what it is. That's not fun, is it? That's not fun hearing that. I got nothing else to say, to be honest. Yeah, so at the very least, always keep an eye on the workshop. Right, always keep an eye on the workshop. There will be some very interesting skins being submitted, and soon enough we will start seeing Lunar New Year skins, Dragon theme skins being submitted. And wait, hang on a minute, does that start this weekend? It might start this weekend. Maybe, we'll find out. Well, I mean, if you keep an eye on the likes of my Rust Workshop skin checks, if I go over to here, yes, Rust Workshop skin checks every single week. With all the brand new skins, I will ensure that I'll make a brand new collection showcasing all of them, which you can see here in the description of every single Rust Workshop skin checks video. Oh yes, all the newer skins, wow. And yeah, I'll take a look and see. And we'll find out, I guess. So yeah, keep it on the workshop, see what's being listed, see what potentially could be arriving at some point in the future. But yeah, and don't forget to keep an eye on the commits, because once we've finished with the likes of the backpacks and the metal detector, I am very curious to see what they're going to be working on next. All right, because we haven't had a big fat update in quite a while, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see one soon, don't we? But that very likely won't happen until at the very least of March. But I am aware that they have been reworking monuments. I've seen Power Plant. That's definitely something I saw somewhat recently. And yeah, maybe there will be a completely new monument with a completely new biome. But when will it happen? Maybe the summertime. Because that's when a lot of kids are out of school. So, yeah. At some point, maybe Easter, summer, we'll see something very nice and juicy being added. Alright then, so that's basically everything. Consider selling your Desert Beast Tier 3 if you want. Maybe wait until the weekend when a lot more people will be playing. But then again, based on what we saw today, maybe we'll probably see a lot more people going at it when it's the weekend. So, overall, it's a tame week. And we can only try and stay optimistic for the week next week. So, cool. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. And that's a wrap. So, bye.